morning, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching now the final steps of the EBT Hammer Bronzen Schietspoel 2014 live from Bowling Tilburg in the Netherlands. Next to me is Daniel Dol. Welcome, Daniel.
Good morning.
Well, I think we have a 4 game. How much is it? 4 or 6 games?
I gotta check it out to be honest as well, but I'm pretty sure it's
first final step. I think it's 6, isn't it?
let's check out the format really quick, but I think it's 2 games every final step. And is it not that we are playing on a pair of lanes?
Yeah, we have to check it out. Check out on the website here.
Good start on the morning. It's pretty early still, so
Yeah.
final step 1, they play 4 games indeed, you were right, Marco. And the top 18 will qualify for final step 2.
Yes. Okay, great.
And then we got indeed 4 players on a pair of lanes with the 2 top players on each pair that will move on to the next final step from then on.
Okay.
But for now we will start with 4 games. We got 3 cameras up like the whole week already, and at the moment we are watching
Lane 15-16 is it? That's our head cam. And on this pair of lanes is Siggy Meilemans from Belgium, Manuel Mrozek from Germany, Mark Jacobs and Alex de Vries, both from the Netherlands.
and also we got a good view on lanes 13 and 14 and 17 and 18. 17 and 18 we got Camilla Kjelsen, Pazi, and 2 Dutch ones as well. And on the lanes 13 and 14 we got the Dutch guy Christian Cranes, you will see him right there.
Daniel Fransen from Sweden, Jenny Wagner from Sweden and Olive Leroy from Belgium. And we have other camera, we have focus on the pairs 9 and 10, 11 and 12.
We can take a quick look up there as well. We see Lisanne Breeschoten coming back there on lanes 9 and 10. And we see Heidi Guldbeck going there. And on lanes 11 and 12, we got Witchy Tees with John Wells paired up on a lane. And Martin Larsen and Rebecca Larsen paired up on a lane.
Yeah.
We're going back to lane 16. We see Alex de Vries. He started off with a strike. And that was not what he wanted on his second shot. lane 17. Left a 7-pin after a double. Christian Cranes on lane 14 on your left side of the screen. Little to the outside, didn't make it to the pocket. That pin from Joshua came back pretty far. Siggy went through the nose as well. Mark Jacob started off with 3 in a row. Looks like he has a pretty good line. Makes it a 4-bagger. And I see a 4-bagger on lane 19 as well for Yuri Fens, another young Dutch player. They're playing on 19 and 20, which we do have a little view on the pins from this view, but it's not going to be enough to show you a lot of. We saw a beautiful hit of Manuel Mrozek. He started off with a spare and 3 strikes after that. Alex de Vries again. Messenger that didn't hit. That is Jenny Wegner's washout, and she didn't pick it up. We will be opening the chat room in a little bit as well. Well, it is already open, but we will view at it as well and try to answer as most of the questions you guys have as we can. Mark Jacobs started off with 4 in a row. Looks a little far to the outside, it went a little light to the pocket, leaves a 7-pin. He can live with that for sure. Again, top 18 after 4 games will qualify for the next round. And the top 6 after qualification will be added to those 18 players. So then we have 24 players. The top 6 that will be added later in the final step 2 is number 1 leading qualification Schietspoel with 14.99. Jean-Marc Le Bon from Belgium 14.83. Jesper Svensson from Sweden, 1477. Thomas Larsen from Denmark, 1474. Björn Roetshagen from Norway, 1470. And the cutoff for the top 6 after qualification and with a bye to final step 2 is Karsten Hansen with 1465. Cutoff in total was 1377 for top 38. Excuse me. We see Camilla on the right side of our screen. She started off with a quick church, 9 spare and 3 in a row, and now she went through the nose, while we see a strike for Christian in the left. Alex for his 4-pin, no problems on that. On the far right we saw Joshua, double strike, 9 spare strike, 9 spare strike, for 6 frames. And when I look to my left, I see Martin Larsen on lane number 12. He is struggling a little bit on this morning. I see he missed a single pin already as well. Richie Tees, I think he slept a little better, started off with a 9 spare, 3 strikes in a row, and he got another 9. Looks like a 3-pin from this side, and that is no problem of course for him. Any other good scores on that side? Yeah, we will stay here for a second. This is the Belgian guy Marwan Arnoud. He qualified with 1434, leaves us a 4-9 here, and we see on the left side Lisanne Breeschoten had an open already in the third as well, but they are a little bit behind on the guys on the right side, and she doubles now. Looks like the same split for Marwan as for Rebecca Larsen, and she picks out just a 4-pin. Let's see what Marwan makes out of it. He takes out just a 4-pin as well. Martin Larsen. Light hit, good for a strike though. That's what we see a lot in this center. Doesn't need to be perfect. If you hit the pocket well, big chance to strike on this brand new twisters. On the right side we see Richie tees up again after his spare. He didn't look too happy at first, but he struck, so why not? And on the left side you saw Mai just in the corner a little bit. And that's why we stayed on this pair of lanes, because she has 4 in a row at the moment, and we're gonna see if she can make 5. And if I look a little bit further down, I see Wesley Sillier from the Netherlands. He is on lane number 8 and he already has 6 in a row, but we don't have any camera position on that. So I will just inform you about it if I can. Well, I can, because I will see eventually. This is Mike Inge Jensen. Went a little bit to the outside and leaves a 2-pin. Alright. On lane 8, that's next to it, well, you see only the pins. That's the ball of Wesley Sillier, and he went through the nose, looks like it, and leaves a big split. Alright, back to our focus on lane 15 and 16. Because, oh, the lucky strike by Manuel, late 9-pin. But that gives him a spare in first and 6 strikes behind it. So he's on a good pace. And a beautiful strike from Alex. Christian Cranes on the left side, a bit to the outside. Oh, still takes the 1-pin out as well. Mark Jacobs, you probably heard it. It's his typical, well, not typical sound, but he's pretty enthusiastic always. Passionate about the sport. That's what we need, of course. Let's see, who do we got up? We got Manuel Mrozek coming up after his spare and 6 strikes for the 8th frame. Wow, that's a pretty hard solid 8. Alex de Vries working on 2 strikes. With 3 in a row, he will have 117 for 6. Manuel with his spare. Doesn't look too confident, and it did hook out of it. That's a tough miss and not necessary. On lane 13, on the far left, you will see Daniel Franson coming up. He has a spare in first with 6 strikes as well. That's his ball on the far left, and he takes out a 4-pin late, but does it. Ziggy Meilemans with a double. Mark Jacobs needs this strike to stay on a good pace. Makes it work. So we got the chat up as well. So let's see. I had to switch up seats with Marco for a second.
Yeah, okay. So I did my social media job. Now the whole world knows that we are live. So, what's up, Daniel? How's situation here? Oh, I see my front, Daniel Franson. He's on 290 schedule.
Yeah, we had Manuel for a second as well, and we went to Mai on the other side, and we see Brian Vos striking a lot there. I see that in the chat coming out as well.
Yeah.
And I see Van der Wakker has 8 in a row already, but I'm not sure on which lane he is. He might be in the buck, as we, he's in the buck as we call it. He's on lane 1. I just saw him walk back, but I think he just made a spare. But maybe we can see that on live scoring.
Let's figure out. Go to the live scoring here on the website and see what happened on lane 1.
Yeah, people on the walk. You see 7,
yes.
And that 7 he spared probably because I saw him pretty satisfied coming back.
Well, there's one guy on 300 schedule, Bram van Meerbergen. I see, no, he's on 280 schedule. And I check out live score on 9 to 12. Now I think the highest scorer possibly is Daniel Franson. He should have struck again on 13-14. And he will shoot his last frame on 13. It's on the left side of the screen. We're now in frame 9 and 10. A lot of 200s again in this first game. But also, it's wondering, lane 11 and 12, they are struggling a little bit lower, and they have to find out how these lanes are. Seems like that. None of them is in 200 after 8 frames. None of the 4 players. Okay, Daniel Franson. Prepare his shot in 10 frame. Lane 30. Far on the left side of your screen. Throwing now. And a very good shot there. So, strike in the tent. 2 strikes to go for 290. He's playing with the new rotor grip Eshelem bowling ball. Now he's going up for number 11. There we go. Yeah, nice shot again. Double high flush in the 10th frame so far. So 1 strike to go for 290. He starts with 7 spare and all strikes after the spare so far. So 1 strike for 11 in a row after his spare. Well, I see Daniel take a look around in the bowling center, I think.
No, I'm sorry, I had to do something for Luc really quick, for the tournament director.
Well, here Daniel Franson 1 strike to go for 290.
Wow, so I came back in time, I see. But when I do take a look around the bowling center, I see around a 220 to 230 pace. So.
Yeah. Ah, nice shot. 290, first game, Daniel Franson from Sweden.
So he will take the lead after game 1?
Yeah, that's for sure.
And we got a 278 on lane 19 as well for Yuri Vens, the young Dutch guy.
Ah, that's nice. He's doing well this week, eh?
Well, he started off struggling in his first quad, But he came back on Tuesday night, his big league night normally. So he did really well. He's in the selection, pre-selection for the European Youth in Odense in Denmark. And I think with a final place at the EBT in Tilburg, he will make a good impression at the coach. So we will see what's going to happen for him in the near future.
Yeah, I see a lot of young Dutch guys in this tournament of the selection, and I think they're doing well.
Olivier Leroy is going for 246 when he makes another strike. He has a chance for that, and otherwise he will have a good 230 as well.
Yeah, he throw with the IQ 2 fusion. No.
That's a washout, so he will make it 230.
Now Richie Tees can shoot out here for 249, and he does.
Little light hit, but like I said before, in this center light hits will be good as well, especially with these new twisters.
And Mike Gingen Jensen can shoot out for, I have to see, for 260.
268. Or 266, something
There
like
she
that.
go. Oh, light hit again.
Another light hit, but it will make it work in this center. Rebecca Larsen, she can make it at 220, and then she will get another 8 pins bonus as well. And she strikes as well, so like I said, the pace will be around 220, 230.
Yeah.
If I look at the lanes 1 through 8 as well. This is Heidi Gulbeck. She can make 205, and then, oh, she doesn't do that.
John Wells from England here.
Also on a 220 pace if he strikes out. Oh, he leaves a 9 pin there. So that's going to give him a low 200. And I see that Brian Voss is walking in front of me. So he will be playing on lanes 13 and 14 in a little bit, together with Wesley Sillier. Looks like it.
Well, Brian didn't get his balls here, eh? They didn't arrive, isn't it?
Well,
he's only playing with only one ball. He's only playing with the Track 400A Special Edition.
He also got an absolute hook with him as well.
Ah, okay.
And that was his original plan to start with already. But they didn't arrive for him to play on the Thursday evening squad indeed. So he started playing Friday, and he shot like 14 and a little bit right away to qualify. So he took a few days off then, and now he's here for the finals. And we will see in a second how he did the first game. Same for Wesley Sillier, our Dutch friend.
Yeah. Rebecca Larsen finished 229, including her bonus. Martin Larsen finished 185. And John Wells finished 201.
I see some questions coming in at the chat. Is Brian Voss on cam? Well, yeah, like I said, he will be in a minute or two. On lanes, thanks Bernard indeed. He will on lane 13 and 14 in a little bit. We don't have perfect view on that, but of course we will see some of it. Oh.
Only 9 and 10 in a 10th frame. Mara van Aanhout, Belgium, finished 191.
With a misser in the tent indeed.
Yeah.
And we see Lisanne Breeschoten up right now, and she's going for 171 with a strike with 8 pins bonus. Oh, she leaves 4 even.
Throw 6.
167 plus 8, 175 after one game.
Yeah.
So all ladies in this final step 1 have an advantage of 32 pins over the rest. That's an all-wool.
I see some scores there. Bram van Meerbergen shoots 259, Jesper Agabo 226, Glenn Morden Pedersen 220, and Clemens Ulsam 280.
We're still watching mine.
Lisan finished including a bonus on 175. Did you see Martin Larsen, Daniel? He's finished 185. He has to score now.
We will see. We will see shortly as well what the top 18 will be doing. Tournament organization has it always quickly on the website as well, on schietspoel.nl. Check it out. Mai is going for 266. It's far away.
Yeah.
My eyes are not that good anymore. Let's see what this ball is gonna do. That's another good shot.
266. If she strike, including a bonus, it will make 267.
276.
Oh, sorry, 276.
So that's 268 scratch, like I said, indeed.
Yeah.
That's Jesper. He started off with 226, leaves a bucket here. And I see John Wells and Richie Tees coming up at lane 15 and 16 with Heidi Guldbeck and Marwan Armand. That's really awesome. Yeah, we would have loved to have Tom Barrett, for example, here. He's normally always here, and with the Masters following tomorrow. But there are a lot of events going on this weekend.
Yeah, they're playing Qatar, the Emma Cup.
Yeah, won by Chris Barnes, I saw.
Yeah.
So too bad they didn't make it to Tilburg this year, but hopefully they will be here next year again.
Normally he should be in the Masters on Monday.
Yeah, but he didn't. He decided not to come indeed. So some other players ranked like 15 and 16 made the cut for the Masters as well.
Yeah.
So that's good for them as well, you know. So.
And for those who don't know, Monday, so tomorrow, the EBT Masters you can follow also live on this channel. So only thing you gotta do is go to this channel, click on the follow button, and don't miss it tomorrow, because tomorrow from 9 AM Dutch time we start the EBT Masters here, same bowling center, same pattern.
No, not the same pattern. They kind of flatten it. They kind of flatten it out a little bit. I heard of. I didn't see it yet, but that's what I heard of. So a little bit less oil on the outside, what I supposed to understand, but we will see about that. We're going to focus on lanes 13 to 16 at the moment. We see Richie T starting off with a strike there, and Brian Vos started out with 234, Wesley Sellier 232. Those scores we didn't mention yet. Brian Vos on his first shot. It's a little bit on the left of the screen, but he leaves 3-6.
Heidi Guldbeck. 9.
Lisanne Breeschoten started off with a 167, so that's not what she expected probably from this early morning. And we see Brian Vos make the spare. Everything with the same ball like Marco said already, with the 400A. I'll be walking in and out all day probably. But I'm back for now. And we see Richie T's coming back. And we saw Brian Vos strike. But we're going to the shot of Heidi Guldbeck. Late 5-pin. And we see a replay of the shot of Heidi. You see the 5-pin getting out late there. Back to John Wells, started off with a spare. Strike afterward. We do have a top 3 after one game. Top 20 is 220 at the moment. Well, we said Daniel Franson 290. We saw that. I told you about the 278 for Yuri Fens. Mai Ginge on the left side right now, including a bonus 276. Annabelle Jean 272. Including bonus. Bram van Meerbergen 259. Jeffrey van der Wakker 255. While we see Mai hitting out the 4-pin and Richie T's after a 249 start with a 9 miss, 9 dash I see. And he leaves another 10-pin. Alright, number 20 is Glenn Morton Peterson at the moment with 220. We saw a replay of Marwan Armand. Good shot. Heidi Guldbeck. That goes to the Brooklyn. No problem. Well, she shakes her head, but eventually it's no problem, of course. Lisanne Breeschoten. With another 10-pin. She has 3 in a row now, I think, for the 10-pin. What is Richie T's doing on his 10-pin? He missed him again. You see Lisanne her shot again. You see it's coming in light a little bit and it just doesn't touch the 10-pin. Let's see if she will make it. Thanks for the compliment. We're doing our best. Well, me just for the commentary at this point. Marco is doing the streaming like he always does. Doing a great job indeed, and on behalf of him I would like to ask all of you guys to follow us on Ustream, Dutch Bowling TV. Replay of Martin Larsen. Looks for a split second on a 5-7-10, but on the same split second they all moved out. Wichita's. Oh yeah, I'm on. Wichita's back on the lane 15. Let's see what he's gonna do on this next shot. He strikes. And we will see Brian Voss walking into the screen on the left in a second in his white pants with his 400A. Left a 9-pin, but Messenger takes it out. Well, we saw a replay of Wichita's shot in the 4th frame. When I look down the center, I see some people with a few strikes. We see a replay of Marwan. It was an actual shot actually, but it was a great shot for 5 in a row. So we got some strikes up here as well. So I'm looking down the center. I see Jort van Weer started off with 6 in a row. And some other guys 5, 6 in a row. So let's see what we're gonna make. We saw a 2-pin falling to the front from Wichita's for a double after 2 misses. Heidi. Yep, that's 6 in a row here for Clemens Ulsammer as well. On which lane is Alex? I can't see him from here, but he might be on lanes 3 and 4 then, because I see on the live stream that he's not having a great game so far. Oh, he was on my other side. He's on lanes 19 and 20. Yeah, I see a lot of splits there indeed. I see some other decent scores there for Mark Jacobs and Daniel Fransson, who started off with a 290, of course, is still doing pretty well there as well. Well, we're gonna watch Martin Larsen. Has 3 in a row at the moment. And that's a pretty solid 9. Straight to Marwan, who has 5 at the moment. Let's see. Oh, takes out a 2-8. Martin Larsen takes his pair, of course. Wichita's has 2. And leaves another 10 pin. He had some problems with that, so hopefully he will make it this time. And I see 7 in a row for Clemens. I see that's pretty far away on lane 5 and 6. I see it looks like 7 in a row as well for Jort van Weeren. Mike with a good shot. Open, double, spare, strike for Mike through 5 now. Wichita's makes his 10 pin. Of course I would say, but like I said, he missed the last one, so. Ryan Vos, another beautiful strike. Good shot. He started off with a spare and has 5 in a row since then. Go see Marawan. 6 in a row. This is number 7. There it is. I look down to the center. I see Jort van Weeren has 8 in a row. And we're going to maybe we can get 2 televised. Not on lane 11 and 12 for Clemens. So we will stay focused on Marawan because he's the only one at this point we have in our view. But I will have a look on Jort van Weeren as well at the meantime. Good question on the chat about how we make the replays. Yeah, we do make the replays by shooting them by 2 different cameras. We have 3 cameras in total, and we just record them and then switch over to the replay indeed. On lane number 6, Jort van Weeren has 9 in a row. So maybe we will get the third 300 of this tournament in this final step 1. I will keep you updated. I will follow the shots from here. Marawan in the meantime with 7 so far. And that's a messenger that doesn't hit, and too bad. We see a replay of the shot. A little bit light to the outside. Messenger didn't hit it. Too bad. No, the camera has no slow motion function. Well, you just record it and then you just play it at half speed. So it's not a real slow motion feature or something like that. And Jort has indeed 9 in a row, the front 9 on lanes 5 and 6. He will be up in a second and I'll be watching from lanes 15 and 16 to see what he will do. No cameras there, unfortunately. Good morning, Thomas. Hope you had a little bit of sleep. Probably not, since you became a dad last week. Congratulations again, my beautiful niece. All right. Let's see. Jort is still not up, so I see John's gonna throw his last shot before Jort will come up. So give me another second. I had to walk over there really quick, but Jort left a 10 pin in the tent. So, not another 300. I see a question coming in. They move after each game indeed. They move a certain amount of lanes. I think it's like 5 or 6. This final step. And unfortunately we don't have a mobile cam to take a look at Jort. But I'm pretty sure it was camerized otherwise if he did shoot it, because the cell phones nowadays Alright, we're finishing up the second game here. We're going to the 10th frame. To start with for Brian. To start with Brian Vos. And he strikes. He can make this game 247 if he strikes out. We see a replay of the shot. Pretty good. Ball went a little bit through. Marwan went through the nose. Leaving a 3-6. Another shot of Brian. This one was better. Was a little bit further to the outside and went down the lane a little bit different. Richie Tees needs to strike out for 205. Not the shot he wanted probably, the gamer he wanted probably, I mean. He did get the shot he wanted though, with the strike. Lanes 9 to 12, live scoring. Not sure why it's not up to date. Let me see if it's up to date with me. Lanes 11, 12 are not in use at the moment. And so this is up to date. Because these guys are still working on the 10th frame there. So the live score is still up to date. Wichita is going to make it to 195. That was the last shot of Marwan. It was a live shot, not a replay. For 256, 447 over 2. John Wells, not the shot in the 10th frame he wanted to. He could have gone 40 to 50. Now he's going to make it 230 with a spare. And Wesley Sillier with a strike for 210. And that's a big 5. Creek Church for 205. Alright, so we're playing game number 3 now. On our future pair, lanes 15 and 16. We got Phil Hulst, 424, Michael Kramer, 445, Jesper Agebo, 450 and Bram van Meerbergen, 435. Please chat with us, we like that. Some communication. If you have any questions. Results after 2 games, they are in. Jeffrey van der Wakker, 534. Second, Jort van Weeren, 501. Third, Mike Ginge Jensen, 495. 4, Daniel Fransson, 492. Yuri Fens, 492. The cut after 2 games, you see it in your screen right now, it's 447. So those guys in front of me are all around that pace, because everybody who doesn't have 447, I see a lot of 430s, 420s. That's just 20 pins. That's overcomable. On the far left you see the ball of Mats Maggi going. He has 475. He's playing on lane 13 and 14 at the moment. And we see here that Michael Kramer also came to the lane. We see that Bram van Meerbergen cuts out 10 pin. Good morning from Greece. Well, good morning to you as well. I'm not sure, but I think all the Greek didn't make the finals. Waar staat Jort? Jort, where are you, Jort? Jort is on lanes 11 and 12 at the moment. He started off with a strike and has a 9 right now. And I just got the paper from the results after 2 games. The cut of 447 is at the moment Marwan Arnoud. But like I said, I got a 447 from Joshua Schuurman, 446 Manuel Mrozek, Michael Kramer 445. 444 for Nadine Geisler and 444 for Richie Thies. So it can get to all places. Jesper went through the nose. Let me get the other camera, this one. Let's go here for a second. On lane 12, on the right side of your screen, you will see Jeffrey van der Wakker. He started off with a double. A little high, but 3 in a row to start off the 3rd game. He's in a good position to move on to final step number 2. This is Yuri Fens. 492, good score. And starting off with 3 in a row on the third game as well. This is Joline Persson Plannefors. She started off with an open and has 2 strikes now. While we are big at Papa starting off with 2 as well. 3 in a row for her as well. Jort van Weren. Strikes per strike. With Phil Hulst and Brian Vos on the far right. Jeffrey van der Wakker. Well, we see a replay of the shot of Phil Hulst and he's watching with me. I was going to say that on lanes 11 and 12, Jeffrey van der Wakker started off with 4 strikes. And we will go there as soon as he will have 7 or 8, something like that. To be sure, we will broadcast it. Kramer, Germany, was really excited. I saw on his Facebook last night that he made the cut by the early birds. Early birds after 4 squats, 6 spots. And also Yuri Vens, our Dutch guy, started off with 4. So we got 2 Dutchies starting off with 4 strikes. We are watching Brian Vos. Went through the nose. And now we're looking at the back of Jesper Agebo. Little to the outside, light hit. But it will take the 4-pin as well then, no problems. Morning. Karsten Hansen just walked by. He's preparing for his final step number 2. After final step 1 we're going to have lane maintenance, and that's going to be the last time for the day. And they will not play on every pair of lanes the whole day, the rest of the day then, so that's possible. Jeffrey van der Wakker, I just see he has an 8 spare. But this is Bram van Meerbergen. Ooh, got lucky, he just left a 9-pin there. In the eye of my corner I see Yuri Vens with 5 in a row in the meantime. Taking a look at the shot of Glenn Morton Peterson. That messenger did hit. Alright, let's take a look at the chat. What are you guys saying? I was away for a second. Well, no problems, hopefully. If everyone spoke in his or her language, it would be a big mess. Well, good bowling. Absolutely. Alright, we'll see. That's okay, probably. Is there good bowling? Well, there is pretty good bowling. We see another shot of Phil Hulst. Oh, he went through the nose on this one. So Jeffrey not perfect anymore, and Yuri just went through the nose and left a bucket, or left a 3-pin as well. So no perfect there. Nadine Geisler from Germany with a strike. And we see Mats Maggi walking into the screen on the left. He started off with 4 strikes, 9 spare and a double now with this strike. Michael Kramer, 3 spares in a row. And now he strikes. Brian Vos is going to walk up into the screen on the right side. Strike, spare. And this makes, after the double, a 10 pin. So please follow us on Twitter, Facebook, follow us on Ustream, YouTube, Dutch Bowling TV. We will broadcast the Masters, the European Bowling Tour Masters tomorrow from 9 o'clock in the morning. The 12 best women and men of Europe after the European Bowling Tour 2013. They will compete against each other tomorrow to see who will be European Bowling Tour Master champion for 2014. Brian Vos with a good strike after his last 10 pin a few minutes ago. Michael Kramer went through the nose, not getting it so far. Mats Maggi, pretty good shot. And he's on a 279 pace if he strikes 4 more. So we will see about that in a minute as well. I'm gonna move over to lanes 9 to 12 for a second. They are finishing up a frame earlier and we got some pretty high scores coming up there, so let's take a look at all of them. On the right side we see John Gulbeck. He can strike out for 249. But he doesn't. We see Yuri Fens. He can strike out for 279. And that was the first one in the tent. We see Jolina. She already has one in the tent. And she can strike out for 246. Let's see what this ball is going to do. Oh, went through the nose for a Greek church. Big 5, so she's gonna throw a 230. That's okay though, for 700 plus in total. Jeffrey van der Wakker can strike out for 278, and he will throw 800 for the first 3 games of this final step number 1. Yuri Fens on the left side of your screen. Good shot again by Yuri Fens. Double in the tent for a good 278, 279. Depends on strike or 9. And Julina takes 3 for 229 for a total of 704 after 3 games. John Gulbeck did not spare and shot 226 for 639 in total. Yuri Fence, 279. That is a 278. For a total of 770. Jeffrey van der Wakker went through the nose and that makes him not shot 800. He's gonna stuck at 798 if he spares. For 260 plus this game. We see Jort on the right side of the screen. He can go for 260 as well and will shoot 760 over the first 3 then. That is a strike actually, not the best ball, but it is a strike and that's what it's all about. Jeffrey van der Wakker takes 2 for 262, 796 in total. Jimmy Reves shoots around 235 or something like that for a 690 after 3 games. And Birgit Poplar can still shoot 220 for 660. Jort went through the face again, but strikes again. Yeah, we will be back on lanes 13 to 16 in a little bit. We will see their 10th frame as well. So 1 second while we finish up with the last shot of Jort on this pair of lanes to see if he makes 260 or not. And then we will go back to Phil, Michael, Jesper and Bram. Jort. Better shot, leaves a 10 pin, 259, 760 total. Bram van Meerbergen. The scores are high, as we saw all week already. Falco Gucci here on the left side of the screen, and with this pair he's gonna shoot 246 and 695 in total. Annabelle Jean had 227 for 691 in total. Michael Kramer here up and through the face, leaving a 4-7. Dina Geisler can shoot 246 and a 698 if she throws 2 more strikes. Falco 246. Goedemorgen. Alright, 10th frame on these lanes. We are watching Brian Vos. Went through the face, Mats Maggi went through the face. Aye. Well, both of those guys, Mats and Brian, both have 700 plus. A good 700 plus. And Jesper really wanted that strike because it would bring him pretty close to the 700. Phil Hulst had some problems in the middle of the game. Overcame the struggle, looks like it, and is working on a 210 now for 630 after 3. Mats Maggi for his spare. No problems there, so he's gonna shoot 250 and 730 in total after 3 games. That is Glenn Morton Peterson we saw on the far right for 624, 202 this game. Brian Vos 227, 708. Well, if we talk about favorites for the tournament, I'm not sure. Probably in final step 3 you will see who are still there, because when you look at the scores you see so many people score so high, and then with just one game it can be all over. And especially in the next final steps when you play 2 games against the people on your pair of lanes, and if you are not with the top 2 of that pair you will just fall out after 2 games. So you can shoot 500, if the number 1 and 2 shoot 501 you're gone.
Yeah, so it's hard to tell who's going to win this tournament.
But sure, you look at Thomas Lachs and all these guys, they are great bowlers, and they know how to bowl on these lanes, this pattern. They already come here for like 6, 7, 8, 9 years.
And don't forget the level of all these players. There's a lot of good players this year.
Well, we are finishing up. Jesper 227 for 677. Phil I already mentioned. We see Michael Kramer on the lane. He's trying to strike out. No, not even close. So he's gonna throw 180 something or 190 for this game, and then have a total of 830 and a little bit, or 630 and a little bit for the first 3. So when we look at the trend, we saw 447 after 2 games. So that would mean you need around 670 at this point. Scores went up a little bit, I think, so 670, 680 is probably what you need at this point, but we have 1 final game left.
So few shots on 15-16, then we are ready with 3rd game.
Last shot of Bram, he shoots a 208 for 643 in total, and Michael did strike there for 190 and 635. On the left side of the screen we see the 4th game already been started by Jolene. She's waiting for her, I think it was a 10 pin to come back. Alright, so last game of final step 1. After this we will have lane maintenance, so we will be offline for like an hour, and after that final step 2, 3, 4 and 5 all at once. But now we're gonna focus on these guys here on lane 15 and 16. Yuri Fence 770, John Gulbeck 639, Jort van Weeren 760, Jimmy Raves 690. All these guys in a pretty good shape to make it to final step number 2. And we will also focus on Jeffrey van der Wakker on 17 and 18. Mats Maggi is still there, Falco Gucci is 690 and Birgit Papler 663. Can she throw a good last game to make it as well? Alright, results after 3 games. Jeffrey still in the lead, 796. 2, Camilla Kjelsen, she will be on lane 13-14. We will have a look there as well. 770. Yuri Vens, 770. Jort van Weeren, 760. Mats Maggi, 257. Cut off at this point, 678. 678, so we're talking about a 225 plus average. My Ginger Jensen, but we got a 677 and a 676 as well. And then there was a small cap to a 667, 666 and a 663. And then 2 high 650s even, so last game. Top 18 will move on. These guys here in front of us, they're pretty safe. They did a good job in the first 3 games. Yes, you're gonna need around 900. 900 and a little bit probably even to make it to final step number 2. A handshake. Well, there was in this tournament there's no prize for the first or any 300 game. We had 2 so far, and maybe we will get a third one. In the right side of the screen you see Jeffrey van der Wakker walking up. We started off with a strike and a double. Camilla Kjelsen on the left, also in a good shape for the next round. Don't do anything weird or strange and you will be fine. So I'm gonna call out the top 18 at this point. I'm not gonna call the scores, I'm just gonna tell you who are in the cut at this point after 3 games. Jeffrey van der Wakker from the Netherlands, Camilla Kjelsen, Denmark, Yuri Vens, Netherlands, Jort van Weeren, Netherlands, Mats Maggi, Belgium, Mark Jacobs, Netherlands, Olivier Leroy, Belgium, Rebecca Larsen, Sweden, Brian Vos, USA, Joline Persson Plannefort, Sweden, Nadine Geisler, Germany, Daniel Fransson, Sweden, Falco Gutsche, Germany, Annabelle Jean, France, Jimmy Raves, Belgium, the Dutch guy Joshua Schuurman is 16th, Manuel Mrozek from Germany is 17th, and like I said before, the cut at this point is My Ginger Jensen from Denmark. Closest to those 2, within the 2 pins, are Jesper Agebo and Marwan Arnoud. So a lot can happen this game. Well, we see a big split for Jolina, and Yuri is up, and he went through the nose. Wow, too bad we didn't record that shot with the other camera, because that was a lucky ass strike from Jort van Weeren. This kid had some luck. Well, it's all in the game. Also, luck is part of bowling. So what's gonna happen after 4 games? I cannot imagine that the scores are going down. So probably you're gonna need 900 to make it. At least. Who will make it to 900 first? Yuri Vance with a big split in front of him. Not the things you want to see when you start off with 770. And basically only need like 150 pins. That you still gotta throw. John Gulbeck already needs a big game. John was on 639, so that's gonna be tough. Yuri takes 2, 62 and 4. Jolina on the left side, recovering with a strike. And then let's see what Camilla is gonna do. Started off with a double spare and a strike. And that's a double strike. Jeroen van der Heijden. That's like 610 or something, so he's not gonna make it. Good shot by Jort for 4 in a row. No, we don't have any cams on lanes 19 and 20, unfortunately. It's like on the far end of this cam. You can see the pins there. That's a strike for John Gulbeck, but it's not gonna help him to the next final step. Jolina really wants this double here to stay in the race. She already had like 680. Scratch, 704 of course, but she's struggling this game with 44 and 3, and then a strike, and now this. So let's see what she's gonna do. Wow. Wow, you saw that, guys? That was unluck again. Like that 10 pin moved like 4 or 5 inches to the right. Yeah, we can take a quick look at the lanes 9 to 10, 9 to 12. Hi from Japan. That's cool. You're watching this from Japan? We see Daniel Fransson here. And he strikes again. He started off with a spare strike, spare, and now he has 5 strikes behind that. Pasi's not gonna make it. Manuel Mrozek, he's not gonna make it either. Because of his last game, I think. He was like on the cut. And his last game is gonna make him fall out of the cut. So who else is there? Christian Cranes needed a lot of strikes to make it. Started off with 4, had an open, and no strikes since then, so he's probably not gonna make it either. Let's see Alex de Vries. Ziggy Meilemans, not gonna make it. Alex de Vries. He struck, but that's not gonna be enough either, so back to reality. Jeffrey van der Wakker. Jort already passed the 900, so he is safe. Yuri Fence, like I said, sounded easy, starting off with 770, so should be up there, but 88 in 6 with 3 opens and 3 strikes. 88 in 6, 858. So he will pass the 900, but it's not in the way that he hoped he was going to do it probably. There was a good strike. Jimmy Reves fighting himself back to stay in that competition and move on to final step 2. Alright, just a few more frames before we wrap up this game and this final step number 1. We're gonna do some lane maintenance after this. And after lane maintenance we will be back with final step number 2. while we are watching Camilla Kjeldsen on the left side of our screen. She went through the nose, Falco, there's a 4-pin, Jordan in the middle. Good shot by Jort. Let's see a replay of Jort's shot. Pretty small launch angle. We don't see the impact because he walks in front of it. Hopefully he saw it himself. Yuri Vance doubled after that 88 in 6 to make sure he will get the 900 plus. Went through the nose again, leaves 610. John Kulbeck has 4 strikes. Doesn't make it 5. And Yuri for his spare. Let's see a replay of his first shot. Not far enough to the outside. Picks up too early. Went straight through the nose. Jimmy Raves. Fighting pretty good, went through the nose on lane 15 as well. Is he picking it up too early? Let's see what he does on his spare. No problems there. Jort can still shoot 279. Well, we see Birgit Papler, who needs another strike. Solid 9 for Jort. Lanes 9 to 12 are finished by now. 5 to 8 is in the last frame. And so are we. Oh. Let's see a replay of that 9-pin from Jort. Ball just didn't hit him. Good question about that annoying commercial break. How you remove it. It's a program called AdBlock Plus, and it works on Firefox really good. We use it a lot here. Well, we see a replay of Yuri, his last shot. A little bit further to the outside, entry angle a little bit bigger. John Gulbeck. 865. It's not gonna be enough. Last shot of Yuri fence. Well, we're going to watch the last shot of Jolene, I mean. She will shoot 913 with a strike. And 913 should be enough. She takes 9, so that's 912. 912 should be enough. Jort is going for a good 1000. Can shoot 9, can shoot 1018. Yuri 185 for 955. A good score, good enough to make it through. Jort leaves a 9 pin there, so he's got to shoot 1008. Which is a fabulous score as well. Mats Maggi still playing there. Mats Maggi still needs some strikes to get over 900. Jimmy went through the nose there. Gives him 899 with the spare 901, 910. 911 even if he spares and strikes. For Jimmy Raves, 910 should be enough. 910 should be enough. We see Falco also going for that 910. Maybe a little bit more even if he strikes out. They are in the 9th frame. While we are watching Jeffrey van der Wakker. He's gonna shoot an easy 1000. Well, he leaves a ringing 10 there, but that gives him 993 in the 9th frame. He can earn another 40. It's gonna be 1040. 910. Phil Hulst 848. I see there an 891. I cannot see who it is. Top player lane 20. You see that, Marco?
Lane 20.
Who's that top player with 891?
That's the women. Anne.
Anne Jambert. Anne, yeah, from France.
So what's the target? 910?
No, I think so. 910 should be enough is what I said. So I think Jimmy should have enough with 910. But I see the French guys in front of us counting.
Mats Maggi can make it.
But he needs another spare and strike for it as well. But even Birgit Pappler, when she strikes out, she will get an additional 60 pins. She will shoot 910.
Yeah.
Same score as Jimmy Raves on lane 15 and 16 had, 910. So I think that's going to be the number, somewhere around that area, 908, 910. I couldn't see what was happening on the other lanes. So I think we got to be patient for another few minutes.
Well, Jeff van der Wakker going for his 1000. Wow.
Easy 1000, 1030 even if he strikes out.
That's more than 250 average. Wow, that's a lot. Well, Daniel, you play
only
also.
10 over 900 is what I see up there. So somebody must have been counting the live score, I think. So, and since top 18 would make it, well, Falco has more than enough, then he will shoot 9:20, 9:30 as well. So that means Birgit Poppler, an important 10th frame. If she strikes, she probably is going to make it as well.
She needs double. Well, in the chat, I think they help us. They say it should be around 885, 890. That should be the cut.
I saw so many high scores on this side already of the center that I could imagine that it should be like 900 plus, because I didn't see the scores on the other side, but we will see. It will be online in like a few minutes.
Falco Gutze from Germany is now 928. He should spare this one, so 929. That should be enough. That's no problem for him.
Birgit Poppler on the lane.
This is important, Birgit.
This is a big frame for her. She can shoot 900.
She needs strike.
But she needs this strike. Looks like a good shot to me.
Yeah.
And it is a good shot. Great shot.
880 now with the double. She's in.
Yep, she's going to shoot 900, so, or really close to it, so she will be in. Same for Falco and same for Mats, who's going to play his last frame on this pair of this final step 1 as well.
Well, behind this we got a break. And then we're back with final step 2. Be patient. Oh, there's a double again. Birgit Poppler is now 900. And she will reach the next final step, that's for sure. Mats Maggi. Oh, he shoots 5. 6, yeah. He's now on 906 with 6, so
he will shoot 908.
Yeah,
and that's enough.
That's enough. I think he don't know.
Well, he will know. Yeah, he knows. Of course, he's worried, and of course, it sucks to end up your final step 1 with a bad shot like this. But yeah, he knows that 906 will be enough, or 908. Great bowling by Birgit Poppler, striking this last game out for 247, making 910. She wasn't in the top 18, but she will be now. And we almost saw Mats Maggi make that spare. 176 for our 908 for him. 908 should be enough. The whole bowling is ready. And we're just gonna wait till we get the results in online, and then I can tell you what the cut is.
They will put it as soon as possible online. I will stop record the stream now. So thank you for watching this final step 1, and we see you back in final step 2. So thanks so far, and see you in the next step.